horns tingling? Let's rub horns. Horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up, horns up. We are Unicorn Podcast.
Well, we've got some absolutely horrible, horrific times in the markets right now. Everywhere we look, there is trouble, trouble, trouble. In this video, I'm going to tell you why maybe, likely, in my opinion, we don't have to worry too much when we look out in the next 3 to 6 to 9 months, how things could look much, much differently. Now, of course, we're going to be focused on unicorn fart dust. And by the way, dusters, thank you for being here. Horns up, horns up. Okay. Now, remember, this is not financial advice. I have to share my disclaimer with you. All right. I'm not a financial planner. However, I do own myself a ton of unicorn fart dust. But don't make any financial decisions. And whenever you do invest in anything, please, it's so critical that you act responsibly. Make sure you allocate things appropriately. Don't get yourself into any trouble with a meme coin, a stock, a bond, real estate, anything. Always act responsibly. But what is going on right now? Let's talk about UFD, and then let's talk about the big story, the tariff situation that is causing turmoil throughout all the markets, up to and including our friend Unicorn Fart Dust. But even in the darkest of hours, dusters, our horns are still glowing, right? Horns up. Our horns are still glowing. Let's go take a look at our chart and just get the difficult part out of the way and see what is going on. But there was something interesting that I noticed when looking at the chart of UFD. Sure, the price stinks, right? I mean, look yesterday. Our market cap was darn near $26 million. We were making a bit of a comeback. And then, of course, when the tariff news came out, we, along with everyone else, just got absolutely pummeled down to this 20 million market cap. We came back a little bit. But right now, guys, we are fighting a valiant unicorn duster fight to maintain the $20 million market cap level. You know, I was talking yesterday with some people at this fintech summit that I was at who've been in crypto for a long time, and they reassured me. They said, what is happening with your coin right now is normal within the context of what successful cryptos do. And they lumped us in with the other big cryptos. They said, what you guys are doing is special, is unique, and what you're going through right now is normal. But we're going through it in the middle of what is just an absolutely crappy market. Now, I told you I saw something interesting that I want to point out. Let's see if my crayons work today. So here, there's our market cap, 20 million. This is what really caught my eye. Okay, because we've been following this number. Our volume as a percentage, I'm sorry. Whoop. Oh, wrong one. Hold on here. The one I wanted to go to the one below it. Our volume as a percentage of market cap. Okay, our volume in the last 24 hours was 5.55 triple nickel million. But this is what really caught my eye. Our volume as a percentage of market cap. Over the last 24 hours, we've seen almost a third of our beans trade hands. Guys, to me, that means two things. Let me get back here so I can look you in the eye, my friends, my duster friends. That means two things, okay? Number one, that means almost 1 in 3 of our unicorn fart dust beans traded hands over the last 24 hours. 1 in 3, okay? That is insane. Now, so you got to figure, we've got a whole new group of dusters that have joined us, right? Or maybe you added to your bean stock, your bean pile, you bean counter you. But we've got a lot of people that have now bought in at the 20 million market cap, a third of the beans, basically somewhere between 25 million and 20 million. What that means is as the price does recover, Okay, now look, I don't have a crystal ball. Don't make any financial decisions, any of that. But these people are starting from a much more attractive base. And for you, if you bought some, and by the way, before I forget, Susie and I will be buying beans today. I'll talk more about that in a second. Don't let me forget. However, so that's two things. Number one, we've got that's called building a base. Look, of course, we wanted to build the base at 40, 60, 80 million market cap. But given the general market conditions, I would say that what happened yesterday, which is another critical thing for us to remember, point number two, looks like capitulation. Capitulation means when people give up, when people that are weak-handed give up. It's a common term in the financial markets when analyzing stocks, bonds, meme coins, the price of oil, the price of corn in China, whatever you're going to look at. People capitulate, and that often marks a bottom. So we'll see how it plays out. But I think two key things. We had a very high number of beans that traded hands yesterday, and it sure feels like capitulation. Look, part of my promise to you guys from day one, right? I said I'd show up every day. I said I'd take off in a duster mobile if and when our market cap hits $1 billion. I also told you that I would always be 100% transparent with you about anything that I ever do that could in any way, shape, or form affect Unicorn Fart Dust, up to and including pre-announcing if and when I buy more beans, when we buy more beans. We are going to buy some beans later today. So I'm making that announcement right now so you know, and so that I can remain 100% transparent with you. All right, let's move on here. UFD. When everything is falling to pieces, our UFD community is not. Okay? We know we can't control the future, but we can control our community. All right. And it is growing stronger. We can, I believe, just my belief, that we can build a situation, right, where we control most of the beans that are in the jug. You cannot ever make any more beans. You can't make any more beans. So I do believe that we could get into a situation where we control a big percentage of the beans. And at that point, we are able to exert much more influence over the price of Unicorn Fart Dust, the meme coin. Okay. And on top of that, okay, it's a great accomplishment, okay, that you guys are putting in the work every day. Even what we've accomplished through today, we've talked about this ad nauseum, is unbelievable what you have done, right? The reason why I say that is because, there's been 10 million coins created since Unicorn Fart Dust was birthed, was spawned right over there in the basement. And we're 1 in a million. Okay. So take a step back during these horrific market situations. We can't control the markets. We can control the community. We as individuals can make decisions, right? I made the decision to come on here and do a live stream today. You're making a decision right now to be here, right? We can make decisions on what we do. We can make a decision. It's funny. I'll share with you this morning. Yeah, I'm a human. Okay. I'm human. And I was kind of in the dumps. I'm looking at everything's down. Silver, gold, Unicorn Fart Dust, stocks, whatever. The value of our houses is probably down today. And I thought, I'm like, I feel tired. And I thought, you know what? I can do one of two things. We all have this decision. And I made the decision this morning. I'm like, I can either focus on how hard things are and blah, 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 or I can focus on what's good out there and what the opportunities are out there in the energy that I still do have. And the fact that I'm lucky to get to come on here and meet with you every day. I mean, it blows me away. I'm going to talk about this next, but at the fintech summit, right? Like the idea that we get together on a daily basis, you are important, that we have this club, this group, right? We meet in the corral, the dusters, right? We shine our horns together, right? We say this, horns up, Susie invented that. Hold on. Do that again. Everybody do it with me. Horns up. And we can do the 3-second smile. Don't forget, we're going to smile for 3 seconds. What a privilege, right? That we get to do this together in the community that we get to build. It is a big deal. And thank you. I often forget to say that. And please, if you're on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Twitter, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get this news out to more and more people. And if you can give it a thumbs up, if you can retweet it, if you're on X, repost it. Let's get some people. Let's get it up to 1,000. We're at 450. Come on, we can party during a market meltdown. We are unicorns. Let's do it. Let's get it to 1,000. You know what? If we get to 1,000, I will ring Susie's dad's bell. He used to ring this for her when she was a little girl to get her to come do her homework. And when I first started live streaming, I would ring it and say that I was, that meant Susie needed to bring me coffee. You know how many times she brought me coffee when I rang that bell? Huh? 0. All right. Fintech. Wait, guys. Hey, we were spreading dust, right? Right? This is great. I'm doing this presentation with this great guy from Accenture. This is a funny story. Right when there's tornadoes coming through St. Louis, okay, we got a lot of tornadoes lately. And on top of it, right when our president is announcing these tariffs that like destroyed the market, and the unicorn horn was shining bright through tornadoes, through the Trump tornado, we still shine bright. And I just want to show you real quickly here where we were yesterday. You guys were with me. It's called St. Louis Tech Week. And let me just show you down here what they said about us. It was really cool. St. Louis Tech Week, our fintech track leaders. Look, this is like, we're talking big names here. Fidelity Investments, Cultivation Capital, Google, Snowflake, Capital One, Block, Integrity, Stiefel, Washington University, which is like the Harvard of the Midwest, Accenture, Avande, okay, Dante. And down here, look, this guy from Google's talking there. There's no way I could say his last name. Vijay Jangamasheti. I can say that. Jangamasheti. Anyway, who else is talking? Oh, look at all these big shots. Look at all these big shots. Look at all. Oh, look who's. Do you see it? There we are, Dusters. We were there, baby. There we are. Okay. And they even wrote up like a really cool write-up about us. How do I get to it? Hold on here. Just real quickly. I'll show you about us. I mean, really did a great job. This woman, Emily, there wrote up all this. Okay. Was a great conversation. And the guy that I was talking with, hold on here. Let me show you. I mean, we were swimming with the big guys yesterday. Was this guy right here. Super smart guy, super nice guy, Jeremy Farmer. He's the head of data and AI in the Americas. Strategy and consulting at Avande, Accenture. He's also like an esteemed professor at Washington University. So that was some great exposure. Unfortunately, it occurred during the middle of a tornado storm. Can we get 1,000 people today? Come on, Dusters. Please go out there, share this on your timeline. We can do it. I won't stop, darn it. So that was a good deal. That was a big deal. What's going on with the tariffs? Let's dig into this because it's impacting the markets. There's some scary things about it, but I'm going to tell you at the end what the net result of all this tariff stuff that's going on is going to be. So let's start by, let's go out to CNBC and see what they had to say. Okay, here we go. Trump's tariffs risk a global trade war as leaders plan next steps. Okay, so we won't read, CNBC, blah, blah, blah. President Trump signed aggressive, far-reaching reciprocal trade policy yesterday. It was shocking. It was shocking news, I believe, general consensus to the markets, how extreme the tariffs are and were. We'll see how it all plays out in that regard. But I'm going to tell you what was shocking and this hasn't happened in decades, and that is the move in the US dollar. Let's go out and take a look at that. This is the DXY index. And guys, let's just say I followed the DXY index is the dollar index. It compares the dollar to other fiat make-believe toilet paper currencies like the euro and the yen and a few other, but the euro and the yen are the biggest. So it's really like comparing the three best horses in the glue factory, I hear people say. There's another saying about it with a toilet, which I won't repeat, or it's like comparing the three worst cars on the worst used car lot in your town or city. But this move right here, let me show you something, is massive, down 2%. I think I read this morning it's the biggest one-day move in, I don't know, 12 years or 19 years, something crazy about that. But what we're keeping an eye on and what will impact all the markets, okay, is we briefly touched on this yesterday. If the dollar index gets below this line right here, which as you can see on this chart is 100, and we touched on it summer 2 years ago, I'm sorry. We almost got there in January of last year. We almost got there summer of last year. If we break down below that red line, okay, let's say in the next few months and go down here, it's game on for crypto. It's game on for silver and gold as well. Okay, even though this number really is a bunch of BS, and I'll explain to you why. So remember the 100, but let's go and look at a maximum view of this, and let's draw that 100 line on there again, just for kicks and giggles. Okay, so there's 100. That's a little bit. Hold on, that's not a good line. Bear with me, folks. Here is 100 on the DXY index, and this goes all the way back to 1985. So as you can see, okay, the dollar index actually hasn't been this high all that often over the last 45 years. Maybe, I don't know, 10 years, let's say, just to do a rough estimate. So it can get as low as you can see here, back after, where was it? So this would be 08, 09 during the GFC, the great financial crisis. It can get as low as 75. Now, so I think that's where we're heading. I'm not going to say we're going to 75, but when it gets below 100 and gets down into the 95, 90 range, that will be extremely net positive for crypto, for precious metals as well, and for any real assets, okay, that are measured in dollars. So that's what we got to look forward there. Now, when in terms of the trade, the tariff war going on, here's a couple more interesting headlines. This is getting a lot of attention. China urges the U.S. to immediately lift tariffs and vows retaliation. Okay, Chinese imports are being hit with, what is it? I don't know. It's crazy what's going on. We're not going to dive into the details of each country and what's happening there. But what's important to remember, okay, the reason why we want to really stay on top of what's going on with this trade war, number one, everything's going to cost more at Walmart in the dollar store. You might be like me. I had to go to the dollar store the other day. Got some hairspray and some deodorant. I mean, it's getting ugly out there, folks, right? But everything at the dollar store, everything is made, and so we're going to see higher prices. But what's even more important, right, and could lead to some very, very severe problems for us in the United States, for our economy, is when we realize that right before the Great Depression, okay, 1931, 1933, okay, this is exactly what happened as well. Read up on it, right? There was they call it a wave of nationalism. There was a trade war that erupted, just like what's going on right now. A lot of people say that it's what caused the Great Depression. I'll use the D word. Look, okay, so we want to keep an eye on what's going on here, because people are saying this is a historic day, that what Trump did yesterday, right? Trump was talking at the White House. I was talking at the St. Louis Fintech Summit. What is talking about? Isn't it? Wait a minute. Isn't it ironic? Wow. I wonder if 25 years from now, mark this video, they're going to go back and say that while Donald Trump was announcing historic, right, tariffs and created a trade war, coincidentally, what became one of the most epic financial instruments. Well, I guess I'm not supposed to. It's not. Well, it what became one of the most epic cryptocurrencies in the history of the world. The founder, the base dev, whatever that means, the Deegan, the almost boomer, was presenting about unicorn fart dust. And they asked me that question yesterday. They were like, "Do you think when you look at unicorn fart dust now, do you look at it as like a joke? Do you look at it as a novelty, or do you look at it as a serious financial instrument?" And I said, look, I don't give financial advice, but me personally, based on what I've learned about crypto and what I've learned about unicorn fart dust and how unique we are and how decentralized, the whole story. I said it right in front of everybody. I said, I personally look at it like a legitimate financial device. The other thing I brought up to him, and then I'll get back to the tariff turmoil going on about UFD, that I think is something we don't talk about enough, but is one of our biggest strong points, right? We talked about how different we are from the very beginning, right? That's great. And they were asking me about utility. Well, what's the utility? What would be the utility for unicorn fart dust? And I said, it's interesting. And think about this, guys. All these utility cryptos that came out over the last 5 years, 98% of them never delivered on their utility. What they delivered to the retail investor crowd was exit liquidity, meaning, they had big hedge funds and venture capital funds that backed these utility coins. So then when they went out, when they did their, what do they call them, ICOs or whatever, they went out at these super high valuations, which allowed those people to cash out. And then most of them never delivered on their utility. Think about that. Now think about how opposite we are. And that's what I said. I said, the way I look at it, we're the exact opposite. We came out of the gates not promising nothing. I said, hey, buttercups, don't buy it. It's unicorn fart dust. I promised nothing. Nada. Zip. And then it got built and built and built. We never talked about utility. I like saying utility better. Anyway, utility, you know what I'm trying to say. But we're the opposite. Our utility is being created, right? We're not, they overpromised. Is a good way to look at this. They overpromised and underdelivered. And then they basically become meme coins. We started out as a meme coin. We underpromised, but you know what you're going to do? Huh? Horns up. Horns up. We are the opposite. We came out without any big venture capital firms, without any big promises. We underpromise, we overdeliver, because we are the mighty unicorn fart dust. It makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, come on, buttercup, duster, diamond hooved. I'm still waiting for one of you Eisenhowers to come up with a word that's even more extreme than diamond hoof, because I can't do it. I can't think of it. All right, where was I? Okay, then where is she? All right, remember her? We got to say goodbye to somebody. I'm sorry. Now we know why the market's crashing, by the way. But this lady, okay, Janet Yellen, she was the head of the Federal Reserve, and then she was the Treasury Secretary under our previous esteemed President, Joseph Biden. Now, I don't know what she's doing. So we're going to put her away, but now we have a new Treasury Secretary. And he told us why the market's crashing yesterday. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Hold on here. Let's find him. Here it is. Boop, boop. There he is. Scott Bessent. Woo-wee. I don't know. Anyway, he's our new Treasury Secretary. Treasury Secretary Bessent says the market woes are more about tech stock sell-off than Trump's tariffs. He really got, and he's getting some heat. There he is. Seems like looks like a real fun guy to hang out with. Anyway, let's read this because this is there's something to be gleaned from this information. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said Wednesday the sell-off in the stock market is due more to a sharp pullback in the biggest tech stocks instead of protectionist policies coming from the Trump admin. He said, quote, "I'm trying to be Secretary of Treasury, not a market commentator. What I would point out is that especially the NASDAQ peaked on DeepSeek Day. So that's a Mag 7 problem. I'll tell you what that means. Not a MAGA problem." Bessent said on Bloomberg TV Wednesday evening. That would have been last night. Bessent was referring to the Chinese AI startup DeepSeek. So that's DeepSeek Day, right? Whose new language models sparked a rout in U.S. technology stocks in late January. The emergence of DeepSeek's highly competitive and potentially much cheaper models stoked doubts about the billions that big U.S. tech companies are spending on AI. So what Bessent said was basically, so you guys want to blame the market rout on the trade tariff war, blah, blah, blah. No. Hold on. Have a drink of coffee with me. It's not because of that. It's because on the day that the Chinese company announced DeepSeek AI or went out with their news, that basically they got better technology, that the Chinese have better technology in AI than the United States, and it's much cheaper. That's what caused the rout in the tech stocks. That also, guys, has been feeding through to this headwinds that we've been feeling within Unicorn Fart Dust, right? It's all going to end with this. Sorry, having some musical voice problems today. It's all going to end with this. It's real simple. And this is what I believe, and a lot of people believe Trump is up to. Trump wants this, okay? Trump wants Jerome Powell to print money. And if you think for 1 second that Donald Trump, okay, is a guy who is about austerity or about spending less money. Trump is about debt. Trump is about wanting free money, easy money, and that's what eventually is going to happen. So I think the smartest people that I'm listening to in the room, and it does make sense to me as well, feel like what's happening right now is kind of a setup for what's to come. Let's do Duster of the Day. Hey, look at me. Uh-oh. Hold on. I already know how to fix this. Woof. All right. Sorry, guys. Had a little technical issue there, but I fixed it. Hey, look, it's time for Duster of the Day. Who do you think Duster of the Day is? Well, you can look in the mirror right now. We're all Duster of the Day. Everybody here right now, we got 700 people. I said I wanted to get to 1,000. If you haven't, please retweet this. Share it on YouTube. Call your grandma. Right? Hey, old people love UFD. Man, that's the other thing I learned yesterday at this tech conference. Older people, young people love it, right? But we are very unique in that we have this older crowd of people who are coming into UFD and are interested. Now, there's a challenge with that, and that is that older people don't understand how to do things on a DEX, I guess it's called, a decentralized exchange and whatnot. And this one lady was asking me, she's like, well, how do I buy? It was funny. She said, how do I buy it? She was probably about my age, in her mid-50s. And I said, well, you can buy it on Kraken now. And she's like, I never heard of Kraken. I said, well, you will eventually. I said, you can buy it on Moonshot. You can buy it, wherever. She's like, well, but then she said something interesting. She said, I texted my kids and they knew what it was right off the bat. So anyway, we still have this unbelievable opportunity out there of people who are just getting into crypto. And that really does position us in a very, very, very unique place. Now back to Duster of the Day. Today's Duster of the Day is a real special guy, and it is not that goofball, Jerome Powell. And it's not that. What did I do here? Uh-oh. Hold on a second. Wrong one. Oh, yeah. No, there it is. No, here it is. Okay. Hold on. Let me make sure I got you guys on the right screen, which I do. Today's duster of the day is Aaron. Look, Aaron has been working tirelessly to spread the dust. All right. I've been watching him here the last few days. He's a very, very committed duster out there talking. I believe he actually had a Spaces going the other day, and I probably won't be able to find it here because he's putting so much. There we go. Right? Nope, he was on Obi-Wan. Was that on Obi-Wan Town's space? But I think Aaron had his own space as well. I mean, hey guys, look, that's what it takes. That's what makes us special. Are people like Aaron, people who are willing to take risks, people who are willing to speak up, people who are willing to share their talent. So Aaron, thank you for everything you're doing. You are the duster of the day. And I'd like to read to the community something that Aaron sent to me. Hey, Ron, he said, hi, Ron and Susie. I'm Aaron. You can call me Ron for short. I can't believe it. Truly honored to be duster of the day. I'm a day one duster from the UK. Man, everywhere. Having hopped into UFD midway through previous all-time highs. I came to learn of UFD through the power of X. Within a few hours of you releasing the coin, I saw a post, gold and silver YouTuber releases meme coin. After doing my research and watching a few minutes of a video of yours, I knew I couldn't let this opportunity pass me by, especially knowing that we share the same name pretty much. Ron, you're exactly what crypto needed. Your drive, determination, and consistency is what attracted me more so to UFD. I truly believe you've created a winner of the cycle with our community and daily spaces. Big shout out to Crypto Art, UFD After Hours 24/7. Yeah, I was thinking about art earlier today. I don't know. I was thinking about just all the good people in our community, and I was thinking about Crypto Art spaces. Nobody does it like us. I'm so excited to see what's next. The few next months has in store for Unicorn Fart Test. Here's to new all-time highs and our journey to multi-billions. Thank you once again. Let's go, UFD. And I can't do that too loud because my voice seems to be going a little crackly. Aaron, thanks for what you wrote, man. And I guess what I'm thinking, the United Kingdom, right? 8-hour time difference from where I am. Africa, South America, everywhere. We've got people that are committed to this and believe in it. And, the other thing that we talk about is grit and determination. Grit and determination will get us through this. The reason why I say that, guys, is that if we keep showing up, I feel it, just my opinion, not financial advice, in my gut, in my heart, that no matter how hard it gets, the harder it gets, the better it is. Because the harder something is to stick with, the harder something is to achieve, the more elusive, the more exclusive the end result will be, right? A lot of people drop out of med school. A lot of people drop out of accounting school. A lot of people drop out of the Marine Corps boot camp in the United States. For those of you who aren't here, it's known as being like one of the hardest, right? That's why the people that make it, that stick it out and make it through, enjoy so much more success. So when Aaron talked about, liking the fact that we have determination and grit, hey, bring it on, world. The unicorn's here to stay. I don't know. I just feel it. Like there's only this much. There's only. Man, every time I shake it, we get more people in here. This is great. There's only this much. Seriously. There's only that many. 909. See that line? Is that clear to you? All right. There's only that much. And let's get this perfect. Look, on a serious note, if we stick it out and we stick with it, look, no guarantees. But what I feel and what I know, right, if we just stick it out, that like this hard is actually good. So thank you, Aaron. Thanks for all you're doing. You stimulated thought for me, for the community, but you are the duster of the day. And I want everybody all over the world, okay, do it with me. Horns up. And let's install Aaron's. Where are you, Aaron? There you are, all the way over in the UK. You win the golden horn. Congratulations. That's what this is all about, community. Now, come on, dusters. Go out there to Aaron's thing and whatever, follow him, whatever it's called. And don't forget, if you're new here right now, please retweet this. Let's get the word out. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're at 800. We only got a little more time. You're going to make me stay here all day? I'll start singing. You don't want that, right? Okay. Let's look at something fun. Something very fun. I forgot to show that. I kind of showed it earlier. I absolutely loved this when I saw it yesterday. I thought it was super cool. Shows the duster, the UFD duster, feet Ron from the basement, walkie-talkie control with uh-oh, I forgot to turn on the walkie-talkie. Hold on. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Susie?
Yes, dear.
I'm sorry, I forgot to turn on the walkie-talkie. Has everything been okay during the live stream this morning? Over?
Yep, everything's great. My ears hurt, though, a little bit from you shaking the beans so much. Over.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to say thank you to everybody for the birthday wishes?
Of course. Thank you so much for my birthday wishes, everyone.
All right.
Very nice of you.
Hold on. There's Susie. Hey, everybody. Can we get to 1,000 for Susie? High five, right? High five. Everybody give Susie a high five. We love Susie. What a wonderful a person. And I made a joke on April Fool's Day. I put her in the trash can and said that she was done with us. Man, you guys, some people got really upset. I didn't realize how much you like upstairs, Susie. And then she's telling me the other day, she's like, I think she thinks she's going to get more followers on Twitter than me. Like, what? What you talking about, Willis? All right, let's go back here. There's the duster. I love this thing. Smoke screen of unicorn fart dust. Supersonic fart cannons. All right, that was awesome. You guys come up with some unbelievable things. We're gonna talk about Robert Kiyosaki here in a second as well. But let's go to this one. This is from your friend Susie, upstairs Susie, who's gaining on me. She thought this was a great one. Now, I didn't get it at first. I saw it like ET, and I'm like, okay, but what does this have to do with unicorn fart dust? So I'm going to show you guys. If you look right here, that right there, that's the unicorn, this thing right here, okay? All right, now, hold on. If I take that away, see what I'm saying? That's Elliot from ET. Elliot riding his bike with with the unicorn on the front. Okay, love it. You guys come up with some crazy stuff. What's this next one? This stuff, Susie. What'd you send me now? All right, here we go. Susie. Let's see who sent this one in. Mikey said, I believe upstairs Susie deserves more recognition for her daily contributions to Basement Ron's live streams and posts. Here's a tribute to our community mom. Aw. And I tell you what, Susie is the best mom and wife you could ever ask for. There she is with her wooden rolling pin, which from time to time she's been tempted to knock me over the head with, and maybe I deserve it every once in a while. Okay, back here. Let's talk about what Robert Kiyosaki, you know who Robert Kiyosaki is? He's famous. He's the guy that wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, blah, 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 whatever. He came out with something. This is about a little bit more about precious metals. But guys, I'm telling you, and I had this conversation with executives yesterday because they were like, well, you were gold and silver. Now you're, and I'm like, and they agreed. They're like, you know what? It is true, right? Basically, silver is just a physical form of crypto. Okay. Sure. There's differences, right? No doubt. And gold is a physical form of crypto. We were talking about, and let me see what you think about this. But I said, if you took a gold maxi and a silver maxi and a Bitcoin maxi, and you put them in a room, and then you were able to just erase the part of their brain where they realize what they've invested into, right? The Bitcoin, gold, or silver, you just erase that part from their brains, and you had them engage in a conversation These people are all on the same page. Gold and silver people think pretty much identically as to the reason why they buy gold and silver as why crypto people buy crypto. So when I talk about gold and silver, I'm talking about things that relate to crypto as well. Now, let's go out and see what Kiyosaki. Did I forget to pull it up? Hold on, guys. You're gonna get to watch. Let's go back here. I'm gonna let you look at Susie. Shoot, I think I forgot to pull this up. Oh no, silver. What? Where did it go? Tariffs. I thought I pulled up Kiyosaki. Hold on here. Let me see if I can pull this up. Kiyosaki. April 2nd. Oh, yeah. Okay, here it is. I got it. Woof. Sorry, guys. This is interesting. This is what he had to say about silver. Now, there's this. This is the post from Robert Kiyosaki we're going to look at. And then when we're done, we'll go look at what the silver price is because it was getting absolutely destroyed today. Robert Kiyosaki put this out yesterday, I believe. Question: is silver more valuable than gold or Bitcoin? Okay. Woof. He's stoking some serious potential argument here. Answer: I say yes. So Kiyosaki is saying that he thinks silver is more valuable than gold and Bitcoin or Bitcoin. Let's see his reasons why. Because demand, I think he means demand for silver, is increasing in uses for, and you may not know this, but silver is like the most used metal besides being the original form of money, but it's used in solar panels, which is exploding, electric vehicles exploding, computers exploding, electronics products, microchips, that type of thing exploding, weapon systems. Some people say that there's 500 ounces of silver in the tip of every Tomahawk missile. That's a lot of silver, and literally, pardon the pun, exploding. Medicine, silver is antimicrobial. So it's used in all types of medical products and even medicine and water purification. So silver is the most reflective metal on the planet. You may not know that. Silver's also the most thermally conductive, meaning if you take a silver bar and put it in the freezer, it almost instantly gets freezing cold, or if you put it in the sun, it almost instantly gets hot. So it's the most reflective, thermally conductive. It conducts electricity better than any metal. It's the standard on which electrical conductivity is based. I think copper, which is more common, is like an 80, only conducts 86% of the electricity that silver does. So that's why silver is used in your cell phones. Anything that has electronics in it is going to have silver. So it's very interesting. Supplies of gold and Bitcoin. This is what he said. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into a rant about silver, but he says supplies of gold and Bitcoin do not decrease. Yet they both are actually still increasing at a very slow rate. Silver supplies are decreasing. And best of all, silver is the least expensive when compared to gold and Bitcoin. As the price of gold breaks to all-time highs, silver's price remains 60% of its all-time high. Why? Because silver is useful and its price has to be suppressed for decades to keep silver affordable for industry. I believe silver's manipulation is over. I strongly believe the price of silver will slingshot to all-time new highs, possibly $70 an ounce in 2025. Time for you to buy a little more silver. Okay, that got almost 300,000 views. However, it was not the most well-timed. This was yesterday that he put this out. Let's go look. We'll go out to Google and we'll go to Yahoo Finance to get an update on the general markets. Oh, here we can just look at the silver price. This is the silver futures price for the May contract, and it is not pretty. Down, excuse me, down 6.6%. Woof. $2.30 per ounce. Oh my gosh. Look at the bloodbath over here in the markets on the right-hand side. Looks like the S&P 500 is down 4%. The Dow's down 3.6%. The NASDAQ is down 5%. The Russell 2000 down almost 6%. Oh, gold, that's interesting. Gold is bouncing back a little bit. And then we're going to look at Bitcoin here as well. Hold on. Don't worry, folks. They're going to print. Why is this not working? There we go. Those are the international markets. And there's the Hang Seng. And there's the interest rates. Let's look at the 10-year bond. If you're going to look at, let me pull this up for you real quick. If you're going to look at markets, at interest rates, this is what you want to keep an eye on. So the 10-year bond yield's down to almost 4%. Let's look at that on a 5-year basis. Okay. So as you can see over the last 5 years, it really, remember when interest rates were 0.49% on a 10-year bond? Woof. That was the years of easy money. So we're probably going to see this go back down as the US dollar goes down, like we talked about earlier. But the 10-year, just for you get people that maybe are for you dusters who don't follow these things as closely, this is the kind of the bellwether that most people follow. On a 1-year basis, as you can see, looks like last year we got down pretty low, shot back up in early January. But yeah, we're moving down on the 10-year bond yield. And interesting, man, this is a crazy day. There's Apple stock down 8%. UFD, UFD is on Yahoo Finance, which is crazy to me. And we are now at 0.019, fighting for a 20 million market cap. There's gold, and we were going to look for Bitcoin. We're looking for crypto. Where's crypto? There it is. Hey, Bitcoin, it's actually kind of hanging in there. I mean, it's kind of like gold, it's not doing good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not getting killed as bad as what you may think. Woo, Solana down to 114. That's not good, as we know. That's our native coin, our native chain. I'm sorry. And there was something else we wanted to look at here. Oil. Look at crude oil, $66 a barrel. Just for future reference, don't ever play with natural gas. They call that the widowmaker. Natural gas prices move in very strange ways. There was a natural gas mining stock. Okay, people talk about me like, hey, Ron was a gold and silver. Let me go back here. I'll just give you a quick little bit of history on me. People have recently been saying, hey, Ron, when they're talking about, I talk about UFD a lot now. I believe in UFD. Hey, we almost do 1,000. Hey, guys, when we get to 1,000, I'm going to ring the bell. Thank you. I forgot. Let's get to 1,000. People talk about, I'm 100% UFD, right? I believe in UFD. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not always right. Okay. But let me just give you kind of a rundown of my history with companies that I've had a very strong conviction for. So people lately have been saying, hey, Ron spent 3 years beating the red checkered tablecloth down here that silver and gold were going to go up. Gold's hit new all-time highs. Silver's doing very well. I sat down here when gold was at $1,600, $1,200 an ounce and banged the table that I thought gold was going up. That teddy bear right there, that is now holding a Ledger sign, our sponsor Ledger. Thank you, Ledger, for sponsoring Ron's Basement. The leader in hardware wallets, the leader in cold storage, the leader in crypto security. Don't be like me. Don't make the mistake I made and think about security after something happens. Think about something before. Think about security before something happens. And a little teaser for you. There may be a fun little surprise, something very interesting tomorrow from Ledger. Keep an eye out for that. MoonPay. Okay, MoonPay. Look, I'm not here without MoonPay. I'm not here without Keith Grossman. I'm not here without the fact that MoonPay helped me on-ramp, right? Convert my first fiat into crypto. And they're doing that all over the world, and they're doing a great job, which explains why they're one of the fastest, most respected companies. We had 1,000. I'll ring the bell in 1 second. So thank you, MoonPay. And then I'm going to give you that history lesson. But guys, we got 1,000. Stop. Everybody, stop.
people to come over to YouTube as well.
Stop.
Ron.
Hold on. Susie's yelling, are speaking to me. Did you say over?
Over.
What did you, hold on. What did you say over? The floor is yours.
Over.
Did you want to say something to the community?
Yes. Everyone on X, please try and just open up the YouTube link and watch Ron there as well. It really would be a big help to all of us. Thank you. Over.
Thank you for your keen input, over. Yeah, guys, yes, because YouTube is kind of where I cut my teeth, but also YouTube is an area where we can get a lot of buttercups, a lot of new people. So all you got to do is, like, on your phone, stream this on YouTube, on your computer, stream it on X, up in your bedrooms, on your smart TV, stream it. No, I'm just joking. You can. I'm not going to complain, but thank you to everybody. Hey, we got over 1,000 people, and as a celebration, I'm gonna ring the bell, but I'm gonna do it with my horn. Okay. Let's ring the bell. Huh? Duster Club is in session. All right. So quickly, let me just tell you guys. So everybody's like, oh, Ron was right about silver and gold. And you know what? I'm not always right. Okay. I'm not, trust me. I mostly am. And I was right about silver and gold. I was down here beating the table. I was buying silver, right? This Big Tim, the Silvershire, that's a silver round. All right. See that? That's the original. That's a physical form of crypto. All right. If you've never owned a piece of silver, all right, go to the local coin store. They're on sale today. Get them. You go to my old sponsor, Pimbex, Pimbex. They're the best place to buy silver, in my opinion. Call them up. Talk to the brothers, Mike and Brian. Say you're from the Duster community. Tell them you want to buy some silver, right? Anyway, Pimbex, Pimbex. Anyway, the original form of cryptocurrency. So yeah, I used to sit down here and tell people, buy silver. Okay, buy it. Isn't it beautiful? Silver's beautiful. Anyway, I personally like silver more than gold, actually holding it as well. I don't own any gold, and I keep very little silver at the house. I don't keep my ledger here. So just people say, be careful. I'm like, no, I keep like 2 ounces of silver. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. So I was right. I happened to be right. Okay. Because I looked at the fundamentals. Now you got Robert Kiyosaki saying it's going to go to $70. I don't know about that. I think eventually silver and unicorn fart dust and gold go to infinity based on US dollars. Why? Because the way the math works, the dollar is going to have a real hard time, right? All paper money goes to zero. I hate to break it to you, buttercups, dusters, and diamond hooves. That's the way it works. Anyway, people say, oh, Ron was right about silver. And you know what? That's great. It's nice to hear. Yeah, I was right. Okay, I was right. Great. Okay. Before that, I was saying about this natural gas. You can go back and check from years ago. I was pounding the table about a natural gas company. I mean, I knew everything about this natural gas company. I was buying the stock for $1 a share. Last I checked, it was like 40. That was called Antero Resources. You can look it up. Some of my worst early videos, but I went through line by line their financial statements. I wrote letters to the company, and the stock went from like $1.50 all the way to $40. Unfortunately, I sold it at like $3. So don't think I'm Richie Rich. I learned a big lesson. If you believe in something, hold on to it. All right. Don't get shaken out. So anyway, am I right about unicorn fart dust? We'll see. We'll see. My gut tells me I show up, right? No matter how hard it is. Oh, it's so hard. It's hard. It's hard to do live streams, right? Just ask anybody who knows me. People used to say you're the hardest working guy on YouTube because I do live streams every day. And it is hard, but anything good in life is hard. So I'll do the hard work. If I keep doing it because I see people in the community doing it, oh, I'm burnt out. Well, then I get a choice. I can either think about being burnt out or tired, or I can think about the energy I do have. And I got a lot of energy, and I ain't going to stop, buttercups. Now, you dusters and diamond hooves, you know that. Anyway, I digress. I've gone on way too long, almost an hour. We got over 1,000 people. Huh? What time is it? There's Grandpa's clock. All right. Yeah. It's just a matter of time. It's UFD time, right? Because this, from the sacred documents, still holds true, guys. Okay. Community number 1. And the community creates number 2. Huh? Right there. A community it's all backwards. Hold on. The community creates number 2, value. All right. And the value eventually creates a higher price. And that higher price will make the community grow even more. All right. Okay. I'm here. You're special. Let's do another 3-second smile. Or when I say go, you got to smile and you can't stop smiling for 3 seconds. Go. We had a little bonus time there. Be good to yourself. All right. Oh, I didn't even talk about. Oh my gosh. I got all this stuff I got to look at. I didn't even talk about the most important thing. Good attracts good. Be good to yourself, right? We got a community of people that are based on good, doing good things, being nice, creating an environment where we can all come together and everyone can have a sense of belonging. We got Democrats. We got Republicans. We have people with my color skin. We got people with all colored skins, which is great. We got people that have PhDs. We have people that dropped out of grade school, right? We got people in Africa. We got people in Indiana. We got people, where else? I mean, we're everywhere. We got what we have is an environment where you, yes, you can belong. And that's unique. That's very special. I don't know of any other club, and people will pay money to be part of a club, a country club, a church, or whatever. I'm not saying we're a religion, but you know what I'm saying, right? People say, where's the value? Oh, and I had this conversation yesterday with this executive guy, and he totally got it. He's like, yeah, that's people, right? People want to belong. People want to be part of a group. I do. Do you? Yeah, we want to belong. It's universal. And they want to be part of something big. Are we big? Yeah, we're big. Okay. And they want to be they want to feel like they're doing good. Let's be real. Okay. Does it make sense to you, right? That everybody, I don't care who they are, they want to do something. They want to do good. So here's the deal. And I read this about Walt Whitman, whoever he is. I printed it out. It's over there. I'll read it to you some other day. Walt Whitman said, hey, you want me to get it? I'll get it. Okay, hold on 1 second. Yes, I'm wearing pants. Here's what Walt Whitman said. I don't know, Walt Whitman. WW Walt Whitman. This is true for all of us. He said, I celebrate myself and sing myself, and what I assume, you shall assume. I celebrate myself and I sing myself, and what I assume, you shall assume. Because I always say that on here, like us dusters, like be good to yourself first. And that's basically what Walt Whitman said. There's a whole paragraph. Here, some of us may think Walt Whitman must have been terribly conceited to have written words like that, but he wasn't. He knew himself well and accepted himself, even his darker side. He could laugh at himself and celebrate his humanness. So, be good to yourself, be good to other people. That's what attracts people. That's what makes part of what makes us special at Unicorn Fart Dust, right? But know that you always belong here. Know that, when I'm on these spaces and I hear people say, oh yeah, I just got introduced to UFD and I instantly felt this warm welcoming, like I belonged. Who doesn't want to feel that way? I got social anxiety disorder. I always have a little bit. I go into a big group and I'm like, believe it or not. That's why I'm down in my basement, going yesterday to this group thing, And people want to feel welcome. People want to feel like they belong. And to the extent that you can give that, right, number one, to yourself, and then give it to somebody else, that's a big deal. Thanks, guys. We ain't going anywhere. All right. We are UFD. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.